beautiful people. Today damaged. My heart is damaged, and I just want to explain why my heart is damaged. And I just feel like these stories, every time I talk about something, it's not just to brag about myself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a way. Okay, let me just explain real quick. It's a way for me to cope. It's a way for me to get my feelings out there, to vent what's happened to me. And also, it's a way to give you a perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been through some things. And if you had the perspective, if you heard my story, maybe it might help you. Maybe it might make you a stronger person. Maybe you don't have to go through as many things as I went through to get to where I'm at now. So I like to share my story. I want you guys to listen. And it's not just to brag. At the end of the day, everything that I do is to help and encourage and motivate, because I feel like we can all be very strong people. So when I get subscribers, when I get likes and things like that, you guys, I love it, because if I can just help one person, even if no one understood what I was trying to say, even if no one can relate, even if all they can feel is sympathy and not empathy, at the end of the day, I just want to help. I want you guys to learn and take from anything that I say. Because at the end of the day, I want us to have a strong nation. I know the kids are our future, and I want our kids to be strong. I want us to have the tools as adults to help the younger generation. If it continues the way that it is now, we're not going to get very far in life. So I'm going to explain why my heart is damaged. But I just want you guys to know that I'm so thankful that you watch. And at the end of the day, it's not for views. At the end of the day, it's because I sincerely care and I sincerely want to share my story. Being a woman, and being someone who sincerely cares about people, I get hurt. And the reason why I get hurt is because I care so much. And I want to do everything that I possibly can, And my first relationship was with my husband, So everybody that comes into my presence, if I really, really care and I really, really just love them and like them, I want to give them the world, And I feel like relationships should somewhat be that way. You know what I'm saying? It should be give and take. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't just be one person, I've had someone recently tell me that he's giving 70% and his girlfriend's giving 30%. And I'm kind of like, relationships shouldn't be that way. And that's why my heart is damaged, because at the end of the day, I love so hard and I love so purely. And it doesn't matter what my past was. I sincerely love this person. It doesn't matter how much money they got. It don't matter if they got a car or a house. And just because you love purely doesn't mean that they love purely. Just because you give your all doesn't mean that they give their all. And at the end of the day, what I have learned is that I have learned to take a step back and to love myself and to focus on myself. And I find out when I focus on myself and I don't care and I don't need a man and I don't need someone to satisfy me or make me happy and I don't need anybody to give my energy to, and I just focus on myself, that's when people come towards me that I attract, who love themselves and treat me right because they love themselves. We both love ourselves, so we both can treat each other right. It's like, a flower. If you plant a flower and it dies or it's dying, do you change the flower's environment or do you kill the flower? You change the environment. You figure out what soil works. You know what I'm saying? So I had to work on myself. When you love yourself, it fixes almost every issue in the world. Now, let me tell you how not to fall trap to your heart being damaged. What I have learned, and maybe I'm young, maybe I'm a little too young to even think like this, but what I have learned is that you have to love yourself. You have to water yourself, make yourself grow. And you can't get with someone that's damaged. People typically show you who they are. If someone does something wrong to you, makes you feel a certain way, you get signs and symptoms that this person is not a good person. So you already have a gut feeling that this person is not a good person. So if you linger around and you're like, oh, they're going to get better. Oh, I can work on them. Oh, I can help them love themselves. That's not going to work. You have to get with someone who's whole and complete when you're whole and complete. Because two whole and complete persons make a great team. It's like, you don't want to be like, okay, I'm half of a complete person. And then you're like, I need to find another half of a complete person. And then we can get together and our halves make a whole person. You know, it's like, this is just from my experience, you guys. I'm not saying that in life you can't go out there and be with somebody and actually make them a better person. But from my experiences, I have learned that there were signs and symptoms, not symptoms, but I guess you could say symptoms, that these people were just not the best people. And yet I was like, you know what? I'm half incomplete, you know, and they're half incomplete. So let's figure this out. It was the moment that I actually started loving myself and valuing myself that people valued me and treated me right at the end of the day. And that's all it is. Like, there's no secret to it. You know, it's just love yourself. Work on yourself. Be comfortable with your own company. And if you're whole and complete, you won't feel like you need someone. People will only do what you allow them to do. People will only do what you allow them to do. Don't let anyone just treat you any type of way. If you wouldn't do it to them, don't let them do it to you. At the end of the day, you have to hold yourself accountable for the decisions that you make. And at the end of the day, you have to, people will treat you the way that you allow them to. So you have to put your foot down. If someone is disrespecting you, hurting you, harming you emotionally, take a step back, read a book, Google how to love myself, what to do to fix myself. Go to counseling, figure out what your issues are, work on your issues so that you can be so satisfied and complete with yourself emotionally that you can actually deal with someone else. At the end of the day, that's just my advice. Don't let anyone treat you in no type of way. You deserve the best. My exes come back. Let me explain this to you. My exes come back. I love you. I want to be with you. Let's get married. Whatever. I'm sorry, right? I feel like the moment that you take them back and accept the apology a lot of the times, you're allowing them to treat you that way because you're accepting them back. I feel like at the end of the day, if someone does treat you some type of way and makes you feel horrible, don't take them back. Because they'll do it again. They'll do it again. Because you're allowing it to happen to a certain degree. It's not like you're putting your foot down. If you say, okay, babe, it's okay. All right, I forgive you. They'll do it again. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Move forward. You deserve the world. Like, why waste your time with someone who, honestly, like, you can do so much better, you know? Like, you don't need to be with them. Why even waste your time? Why even waste a second? Life is so precious. So wasting a second, I mean, it's like, if you don't know how short life is, some people die at 5. Some people die at 20. Some people die at 50. You don't know when your time's up. Do you really want to waste so much energy and so much effort on someone who never even cared about you? Someone who's just going to continue to treat you the way that you're allowing them to treat you. Not allowing it is putting your foot down and leaving the situation. Allowing it is staying there and accepting an apology that might not even be sincere. Just from experience, don't allow any random treatment. At the end of the day, put your foot down, hold yourself to a high standard, and high standard people will come to you. That's just my advice. My heart is not going to be damaged anymore, ever again. I do not claim that. At the end of the day, I'm going to get someone that loves me, someone who loves themselves. They're not going to put me through all this stuff because I love myself. And that's the way. For them to even hurt you means that they don't care like that. Oh, he beat me, but he cares because he's showing emotion. He does not care if he hurts you in any type of way. Oh, she cheated on me, but she apologized and she wants to get married. She does not care that much about you or your opinion or how you feel because she didn't think about it when it happened. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, people treat you the way they feel about you as well. So if you allow them to treat you that way, you're just as accountable. It's not, oh, he cheated. Oh, she did this. Because guess what? You're accountable too because you allowed it. You know what I'm saying? Not allowing it is the first time it happened to leave the situation. You guys deserve so much in life. Life is so short. And I think that you are such amazing people at the end of the day for even watching this because it shows that you have a heart. And at the end of the day, don't ever let no one take your joy. Ever. Because you can do better.